All right. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing this fine Saturday evening? Welcome back to the stream. Let's go through the chat, see what everybody's up to, and say hello, and then we'll kind of get into it for tonight. What's up, Dad Hammer? Welcome. I don't know if I've seen your name on there before, so welcome. Skids Customs, Jason Galloway. What's up, guys? Kyle, G-Ming, Robert Salo, Liza Galarza. Nice. It's Beast 75, Damian Hilton. Paul, let's get back to it, gents. Good evening, all. What's going on, Paul? Hope you're doing well. Zena Zin, couple of Viking, Jason Knight. I think my husband thinks the GNXIV is a Binner Gundam. Binner Gundam? I don't even know what that means. Getting building on a Saturday night. Good to hear, G-May. What's up, Guillermo? Gavar, Leath1, Corey Johnson, Sukimond. We all had a great AOZ April. Who did the AOZ April thing? What's up, Fernando? Mr. Trashcan Bob. I'm Eric. Bishop Simpson. Scott. Good evening, Nick and everyone. What's up, Scott? Mark D. Hey, Nick. Doing great here. How are you doing? I'm doing well, thanks. Today's pretty good. Some serious training in this morning, and then mowed my lawn for the first time of the year. Kind of unfortunate that I went to spend time doing that for the next, I don't know, 6 months or whatever until winter comes again. What's up, Zeus Garma, Julia Serrano, Lance Liu. What's up, Nick? How you doing? What's going on? Joe Hobby Stuff. Nick. Leath1, how was the orders from the restock? Crazy. Yesterday, Friday, the day we launched the restock, was our biggest day on record in since basically Black Friday. Actually, it was Thanksgiving Day last year was our biggest day on record, and this blew that out of the water. So just warning everybody that if you haven't placed an order yet, or even if you did place an order and placed it maybe today, it might not ship until Tuesday. Just because of how many orders we got. We've got a lot ahead of us, and I decided not to go in today to try to stay on top of it because we're so far behind and I have other stuff to do, so we're going to make up for it with some tag teaming on the packing on Monday and Tuesday to get caught up. But it's absolutely crazy, so thank you if you placed an order with us yesterday or today. It's absolutely crazy. Really appreciate it. What's up, Pat Crosby, Skid Customs, Nancy, remember me by any chance? Of course. What's up, Ori? Oh, boring. I get it now. MWG, what's up, everybody? Gam, what's going on? Multiple Menace. Hope the weekend went well. Josh Lambert, what's up? What's going on, y'all? RDD and Mecha Parts Guy, didn't get my contest piece finished. Did get me building again, it's 100% worth it. Well, that's good. That's the most important part. Raptor, still the SD build. So tonight I plan on splitting my time between the SD that I was working on last week. I've got a little bit of cleanup and prep for painting to do. And then probably water slides for my RG Unicorn that I've been working on. Trying to mix it up a little bit now and not getting caught up too much on a single project. And trying to get some things completed rather than adding more to the work in progress list. Liza mowed my lawn too. Nice. Fernando, you, Nick, when are we getting more Leos? I ordered a ton of Leos on my order for, what is it, July, August, September, I think, in that range. I don't know if they're going to make them or not. I'll get my confirmation in maybe a month or something like that once all the information flows back to Bandai and they get to make their decisions. But if I got that order, I've ordered probably the most of any one kit on a single order for Leos in this order, so it'll hopefully last me at least a week this time around. What's up, Buster? Saturday mornings were made for mowing lawns. I did this afternoon, but basically I kind of enjoy mowing my lawn. I just hate that it takes me away from all the other stuff. Jose, I'm gonna order more tonight. That's a good time to remind everybody that live 10 code is active. Excuse me. So if you're looking to save some money on your order at mechawarehouse.com, use that live 10 code. It's active basically as long as I'm on the stream, maybe a little longer. Multiple Medicine, I'm amazed you got shipped out to me already. Thank you. You probably placed an order in the first hour and a half then. Skids Custom, if you were in Texas, that would work for you. Well, I'm not. Is your Pat Crosby, is your minion locked in the warehouse changed to a pallet rack? He is not. I tried to get him to come in today actually, but he was otherwise occupied. So that's one. I'm glad I got mine in after the Discord notification. Yeah, things. The first hour was pretty crazy. What's up, Jay Watson? Since you haven't shipped mine, I'm hoping you can put them together. Possibly send me a note when you place the order, and I can take a look. Throw up some likes in this video, people. Yes, if you like the video, it definitely helps me out. So if you enjoy this, hit that like button. But order more. Many kits already sold out. Yeah, a couple really popular ones. Epion was sold out really fast, and Strike Rouge. I know I've got more Epion on the way though. Ton more on the way actually. Work in progress kits are about equal to the backlog. Yeah, I feel that pain. F1, I haven't said anything about it, but if you say Goliath, just don't say the go part. Goliath, gotcha. I will try to remember that, Goliath. Ben Ware, how are you? I'm doing well, Ben. Not a huge lawn, so I've been out in half hour. It's nice. Mine's fairly big. I've got a lawn tractor, so it's pretty, takes a while. It's like an hour to mow the lawn. It's not too bad. It's kind of meditative. I mostly like it when it's not really dusty out or whatever. I've spent a lot too. Plastic crack problem. K-Var already spent too much on Gunpla this month. What's up, James Clark? It's Nike being sold out like SP Bandai. Yeah, we only got 24 in, so they sold super fast. I've got like 70 something coming in, hopefully in the next like month maybe. I was just waiting for kits to come in. I'm working on designing a custom nice. Let's see, Juzaku 2 and only have the feet done, moving so slowly. I got my hands on a subs before cost. Sorry about all the separate orders. Could be getting the Strike Rouge decals. I should be getting more of those at some point. Got my Verka ordered now. Would you happen to know when the Display 3.0 nippers will be restocked? I just placed my order for a Display restock recently. I think I did that Friday, in between helping pack orders. Just got Resin Type C from you, working that resin conversion for it. Thanks for keeping these idle hands working. Nice, Sean. Thank you. All right, I'm going to move forward here. So, since the last time I was on here, I actually sanded a little bit after the seam line sealing and put some, put some putty on some of these parts where I had some lines that needed cleanup. So I plan on sanding that away today. I need a WD-40 this chair real bad. But puttied it last night. Plan on sanding and cleaning that up so I can hopefully just scrub these and start spraying tomorrow maybe. And then decals after that. We're going to get the paint rack. I think I might want that after all. So I decided to just order a paint rack for the shop first for the display paints. And then we'll see. Maybe next time I order display paints for a restock for that, since I'm still waiting on the original stock, I will place an order for some paint racks. I got to see how they're packaged, how heavy they are, because it's going to be hard to figure out pricing and stuff on those, because I'm sure they're going to be big and heavy compared to a lot of other stuff. Shipping paint racks from my suppliers, just the racks that I use in the shop, tend to be a little pricey on the shipping side, so be interesting to get all the details. But if they make sense, I'll definitely consider offering them up, maybe as a special order item or something, because they're kind of bulky and may not be the most popular of items. We'll find out. Daniel Wooten first stream in a while. What's up, Daniel? Welcome back. As I'm painting my HG Gelgoog. Finally got the ball rolling on that project. Nice. Getting more table vices. I ordered a lot more table vices. I ordered significantly more than last time, which was significantly more than the first time I ordered them. So hopefully they last, more than an hour this time. Maybe 2 or 3. We'll find out, I guess, when they come in. Problem is they're expensive, so it's hard to just buy a massive number of them all at once. But I have more coming. There we go, nice and smooth back of the hand there. I'd love someone made a paint box rather than a rack. Yeah, I keep all my paints still in the, I use Vallejo Mecha, and I ended up buying the set when I got it, so I basically got a case that I store them in. I kind of want a rack system for the workbench, I think would be cool, but I don't know when I'll have the time to figure that out or get one. Maybe when I figure out what to stock in the store for that kind of stuff. People are all over what, like Artie Station, and there's another one too. I think they're the two most popular options for that kind of stuff. Danny Tacos just bought an RG new from you guys. Super excited to get it. Nice, good choice. Already cleaning up the Zeta. Might have this one done before Christmas. Hopefully, Gunner. Table vase is just weighted, or they have like suction cups? I'm not sure. Somebody here must have one, I assume. You can give us the lowdown on them. I've never really spent too much time looking at them. With the Vallejos, it's for the same reason. They come in a rack. Yeah, it's a nice set. Case is nice. Lets me kind of pull them out in an organized way, and I can stash the whole thing underneath my desk when I'm not using it. Seems hard to appreciate with. Is that a secret for those? Is there a secret for those that is different from Tamiya or Vallejo Air? I don't know. I've never tried appreciating. What's up, Bone Daddy? Finally starting the HG more cozy as I wanted for the Dings and Dents from like 6 months ago. Nice. What is everybody up to tonight? What's everybody working on? University did a great review on the table. Let's go check it out. There you go. Spherical Striker, MG Curios, making dinner. Vallejo Primer for pre-shade. They're just working. Bought some Japanese Pokemon cards and working on the RG Zakatude. Watching Dora with the kids, that's what I got going on. RG New, MG Barb, detailing HB Mudrock, waterslide, are nice. MG Heavy Arms Custom, awesome. I can't wait to break mine out. Appreciating using Mecha colors, you have to use a white primer, then pre-shade, and then shoot your base codes. RG Ava, HG Turn A. Gotta get cleared. HG Easy 8 for first, painted build nice. Let's place my aura, work on MG Strike Freedom, nice Scott. Watch with the sound bounce so my wife doesn't get jealous. RG Sasby with gold hollow slides, nice. top of the foot here, nice and smooth. Let's see, or any type of help with Vallejo Mecha colors, check out Don Sortos here on YouTube. Yeah, he's a Vallejo like guru or something, right? I think he's on their payroll or something as an expert, or at least a influencer, sponsored somebody. I'm not sure the exact arrangement, but he does a lot of tutorials and stuff with Vallejo, I think. I've seen one or two. 3.0 RX78, nice. That's a cool kit. I think restock looking good. Thanks, Lord Lee. A ton of stuff. Look, you're having a good time coming with those little skits for your weekly update videos. Trying. I've got a lot of ideas, actually. I can't wait till I have somebody who can help with the video stuff, because I have a lot of ideas that I just need like film expertise. In order to really execute properly. Hey Nick, have you watched the new Demon Slayer movie? I have not. I know nothing about Demon Slayer other than that it's fairly popular and people are talking about it. But I haven't watched it or heard anything about it or anything like that. I'll also mention before I forget too, we are doing giveaways tonight. I've got 3 awesome kits lined up. The newer Charzaku number 234 HG, HG the Origins Arc 78, and what was the third one? I think we've got an SD Unicorn that was donated as well. So. Do you have any idea when the contest entries will be posted? Most likely Monday. Hopefully I'll be able to step away from packing or get a little bit of help packing. My wife might come in and help stage orders for the Minion on Monday, which would buy me time to do stuff like post up the entries for voting for that. Finishing up my snap build of MG Tully's nice Viking. There are some, I haven't looked at them carefully yet, but there are some really good entries in the Discord skill builder. There's some that caught my eye that just looked really good. Shout out to Dylan, he's helped me pack a number of my orders now. Dylan's packing far more orders than I am these days. The vast majority are getting packed by Dylan. And even when I was helping him, like Friday, I helped him out. I basically picked every order and got them ready for him, so we just had to pack them to save him time, so he didn't have to go running around the warehouse or anything. And get that sanity check of another set of eyes on each order. Try to minimize errors and stuff. Works out pretty well when we've got a lot of orders like that. We ended the competition. It just ended. The deadline was yesterday, but we do periodically. We do periodic build contests on the Discord. The next contest though will probably be the big public one. I gotta figure out what the theme is still, but I'm putting that together. Greg, what's your favorite build? I don't know. It goes back and forth between like 5 different things. Really like the MG heavy arms. High grade Leos are awesome. And the SD Ground Gundam are probably like my top 3. But if you ask me that tomorrow, I might give you a different answer. So let's see. Thanks for the really fast shipping on the HG Straight Blue frame. It's only because you placed the order really early. I think we only got up to about 11:20, 11:30, something like that in the mornings worth of orders packed on Friday. That's how many orders we got. And that was with team packing and stuff, where I was prepping and stuff to save time. Guillermo was taking a few multiple layers and drawing with the glows coming through the clear pieces, especially the eyes are pronounced. Cool. What are you working on? Super happy with mine. Definitely my best weather and paint job that I've done to update. Learned a ton with it. Nice skids. That's all we can expect. Telling Eagles MVP. I'll have to tell him on Monday. People are giving him a thumbs up here. Favorite build recently is the G4. I think is so cool and mind bending how they engineered it. I wouldn't mind trying out the Beyond Global. I think that's supposed to have a lot of the articulation, but with different aesthetics. More traditional aesthetics. Let's finish an SDCS Charzaku too. Not too bad for an SD. I did add a CS frame to it. Yeah, the CS frame's awesome. I'm too busy to really work on a contest lately. I hear you there, James. I commiserate with all our busy people out there. It's like my biggest strength is just being busy. Also my biggest weakness. All right, so we got the feet prepped here. I glued. Oh, did I? I live in Cali, woke up at 8:30. I immediately went to see the restock from Champion. There were only 2 left. Thank God I didn't wake up any later. Nice, Lance. They went so fast. I had a cart. I usually do about 20 orders at a time that I pick, and we had a cart with 10 Epions on it. So for a brief period early on, it was like every other order had an Epion. Got the Beyond Global in my order from Friday. Super stoked. Beyond Global is great for detail and articulation. Until into another great work, packing all the shipments. Seems like all the online places got a restock in, but I didn't see any other place with a size before con stock. Missed the Strike Rouge Otori before it went through. Yeah, Strike Rouge went almost as fast as the Epion. You see the Mecha style Ninja Turtles action figures, the Heat Boys, X Snap designs are doing. I think I've seen those. It's too bad they're not kits. A lot of places got restocks in. It's interesting that no one else seemed to have any Sazabi Verka, though. Makes me feel a little bit better because I feel like there were some things I saw that I don't have in yet that some of the other places had. Oh man. Oh, it's because did I glue this? I think I glued this last night. I'm like half caught up with stuff, half not. I'm so happy that Mech Warehouse is so busy. I hope this leads to an expansion into other model kit lines. I did place orders for other stuff. Kshatri coming in anytime soon. I ordered some. I don't know if they're going to make it or not, but we'll find out when they get confirmations for this last batch. Sosby was gone by the end of the day at most of the sites I saw. Maybe that's it. We got a bunch of them. I got some more coming too, I think. I wonder how we're doing now. I know at the end of yesterday we still had pretty strong stock left. These are part separators. They come with the mega size RX-78. I'm not sure if the other mega size comes with them. but it does come with a few plastic part separators. Stock just took a small hit. Ruh-roh. Only two kits I need left are MG Buster and RG Full Armor Unicorn. Full Armor Unicorn I think arrives next week. MG Buster I think sometime in May, if I remember correctly. Student Master, we in here. Sup, Nick and gang, what's up? What's going on? Held off on buying an RG new until MechWarriors got them in. My first RG, so I'm psyched. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate the loyalty we have from a lot of our customers. Oh wow, we broke 100 concurrent viewers, and almost, like basically just in time. I'll be doing that first draw for some of these prizes very soon. I definitely would like to get a RG Unicorn. Yeah, that's the RG Unicorn. The Full Armor Unicorn is the one I will be working on decals on pretty soon once I finish some of this cleanup work here. I get as far as I can go on this Zeta. I clean these whatchamacallit seam lines here. What's up, Joey? Little places that pre-order available for RG Sazabi and they were gone same day. We got RG Sazabi on the way as well. They should be here either this week or next, I think. Already, Nick, did you sell the challenge coins? We did. We are all out of the 2021 coins now. With all the restocks all around, it's hard not to spend too much. It's a scoop on any incoming MGs. We do have a lot of cool MGs coming in May, hopefully. They're supposed to be here late April, but obviously they aren't, and it's no longer April, so. But I think we'll hopefully have the funds for that order as soon as it's ready to ship, which will be good. All right, I think almost done. This is pretty clean. Put some putty right in that groove. And right up here, I think. And then I could sand the gun here. Any messers in the future? Unfortunately, no. I don't know how I missed a chance to order them or what, but I haven't seen any available for order. That up before I get too many fumes here. It's obligatory to get an RG Sazabi with the new. Sounds about right. Just need some HG Dillo for arm joints. Any recommended kits? I don't have any recommendations. Maybe somebody in the chat does. I finished my HG and MG backlog before I spend anymore. Got lots of SDs though, so fun to do at lunch. Super quiet, or did I lose sound? Hopefully you didn't lose sound. Just finished RG Sazabi. Wasn't a fan of the RG new. Interesting. Most people are rave about the RG new. Seem like sporadic deliveries on messers. They're probably from orders before I got really serious about ordering. I said no more fun buys for a while. Kind of overspent this last week. Once again, I should not be allowed on Cabela's or Mecha Warehouse unsupervised. I'll supervise you, Daniel, if you need help with that. It's putty to fill in. Did somebody ask about it and I missed it? Oh, what's that? You applied out of the tube. Yes, it is, to me, a putty. It's just a putty that I can use to fill in some of these cracks. That's what, on some of these other parts, what this is, I sanded it down. I applied it last night when I was working on this a little bit. And it helps smooth everything out, sands off real easy, and makes everything nice and even. Couple mango, Nick, what's good? Evening, what's up? Azai, how are you doing? So the blue frame out of the HD Phoenix to use on my perfect perfectibility unicorn with my full armor unicorn. Ooh, interesting. Dude, MG Leo would be amazing. It definitely would be, Kurt. Okay, let's, I think maybe it's time to do this first draw. So we got a huge group in here today, so... Three prizes. So let's, we've got 3 prizes up. So if you haven't done this before, here's how this works when you do giveaways. We are going to give a number range, and you're going to put a number within that range up in the chat. And after some amount of time, probably, 3 to 5 minutes or something, I'm going to draw some random numbers for each of the 3 prizes we have. And if your number gets called, you are going to be the winner of that particular kit. If nobody gets it dead on, it gets held back, and we will do another draw in 30 minutes or something like that. Just as an FYI, going forward, because we've had a few people from Canada win these things, shipping to Canada is a total pain in the butt, and you potentially get hit with charges on your end. So we are basically not shipping to Canada, for example, or anywhere overseas with these giveaways. Hasn't been a problem for the most part, but if you aren't in the US, just be prepared that if you do want to enter, you might want to send it to a friend or something, because I'm not going to be able to send it out of the country. So with all that in mind, let's throw a number in the chat between 1 and 350. 1 and 350. 1 number per person. Please do not delete, change, edit, any of that stuff, your number. If we get a number conflict of some sort, we will deconflict it. And there goes the numbers. We have a really solid viewership going on right now. We're at 113 concurrent, I think. Welcome if anybody's new. We've got a large group tonight. The numbers are continuing to come strong. I discovered for the first time last night, to me, extra thin cement. I've known it was the better option to use for this stuff, and I didn't really realize how much better it was until I used it. I've been using this, the regular Tamiya cement, since I had a bottle on hand, but it's a huge difference. So much less like overspill or whatever, squeezing out from between the parts. So much cleaner. It's really nice. A year ago we only had about 10 in here. Now we've over 100 within the first 15 minutes. Yeah, we've had some really big streams. The giveaways obviously helped, but we've got a pretty solid core audience that comes back week after week too, which is just awesome. How often? Let's see. Oh, extra thin is superior, man. Used to do back when I built me a cars in the early 2000s. Great stuff. It definitely is. How often do you use cement? Only when I paint, basically. When I want to close up seam lines and stuff on things. Need to buy the cement for the Wing Gundam, and J Ridden Zaku got the Tamiya ultra thin and worked great. Yeah, thin is good. Thin is really good. All right, let's just through time up in the chat. We're gonna draw 3 numbers. So let's get the random number generator up. So the first number will be for the HG Zaku. This is actually a pay it forward donation anonymously from last week. One of the winners from last week. So that number is 250 for the high grade Zaku. The SD BB Unicorn is 264. This is a donation from Gundam Recovery. Actually came out of the Dings and Dents pile. And the last one, the HG Origins, is going to be for 185, and that's the Mecha Warehouse gift for this week. So let me know if anybody's a winner for those, and I'll confirm. And if any are not won, we will roll them over until a little bit later in the stream. How big you think is MG Sosby? Plan to get one, but don't know how big. It's definitely bigger than most other master grades. Oh geez, we got multiple winners already? Looks like we already got a coin toss here, and KCO, Joey Rivera, and John Moorhead. Let's see if I can find these numbers here. Okay, so that one's just Joey Rivera on 264. KCO, just thank you for confirming that you didn't actually get it. Just a little moment there. So Joey Rivera, congrats on the SDBB Unicorn, courtesy Gundam Recovery. And the other one is 250, John Moorhead. Nice, John. Congrats. So John and Joey, you guys can both send me a DM, email at nick@mechawarehouse.com, wherever, with your contact info, shipping address, and we'll send those out. I'd like to say Monday, but it's going to be at least Tuesday, based on where we're at with orders, I think. But get in touch, and that remaining HG Origins we'll draw for that a little bit later in the stream. I think I want to putty this rifle. And then I think we'll do decals. Switch gears here. I'm only going to putty the top cracks on this one because I don't think the bottom stuff will show, and I don't care that much. Well, put it on thick there, but it'll sand off real easy. Close that up, and I guess we are done with that stuff for now. And I didn't get any in my hands. Sweet. So you're applying putty to fill the gaps. Yes, Laura, there's some gaps there because of the two pieces sandwiched together, and I'd like them not to be there when I paint it. So I'm filling the gaps. I'll sand down the putty. I'll probably do that tomorrow, and then if I'm lucky time-wise, I'll be able to clean it all up, spray on at least the primer, make sure all the cracks actually did disappear, make sure everything looks good, and maybe start putting on the color too, which will be good. I'm definitely looking forward to painting this one and getting it done and off the plate. Okay, but so now I'm switching gears. We're gonna work decals. And we'll do that for probably the rest of the stream. I was working on decals for the bazookas, I think, is where I left off. All the origin kits are S tier. All right, so here are the parts that I'm working on. Let's work our way from the backs forward here. So turn these this way. So the next one's gonna go right here. Hopefully this water's still good from last night. I need number 44. I love putting on decals now, but the water slides are still tricky to master. They could be a little tricky. I enjoy them. This one's got a ton though, so it's a little over the top, but it is what it is. Just enjoy the process, right? That's my favorite part of build gamma. I kind of want to say the same too. It depends on the water slides though. There are a few kits that had the water slides just absolutely frustrating me, but this one's been good so far. It'll be interesting when I get to the actual hollows. I've got a set of hollows here that I'll put these on and I can flash those on screen here. They look really cool. I'm just hoping I don't mess them up. Mecha Mayo method, yes. water slides. You're supposed to clear coat on hollow water slides? I'm not sure actually. I have to figure that out before I'm done. I'm pretty sure a matte coat will destroy the hollow effect. So I think you want a gloss coat if you're gonna coat over it, but I have to double check. I'm probably gonna see if there's any spares left at the end of this, and maybe try throwing them on some spoons, and then try various top coats to see what they look like. If I can't find a definitive answer on what the best practice is. Nick, what's your opinion on some of the clear coat products and kits that are released through P Bandai? A couple, and they look really good under some colored light. You mean the clear plastic ones? I don't really have a strong opinion. I'm not usually a fan of clear kits myself. What can you do if you actually tear a water slide decal? Sometimes you can put the two pieces together if you're really lucky and really good. Or you could just replace the whole sheet or hope you have a spare on the sheet. That's been my go-to. Okay, number 50 now. Oh yeah, it's gonna show off these decals. So these are the hollow decals. I don't know if these will focus. Here we go. You can kind of see the effect a little bit there as the light passes over them. It's pretty cool. Can you apply water decals to a non-painted kit? Absolutely, this is a non-painted kit. My process is usually to throw a gloss coat on first before I put the decals on, because it helps them slide around a little bit, covers up any of the sanding and stuff like that. But you definitely don't need to paint first. What kit is that? I missed what it was earlier. Cody, this is my full armor unicorn RG. Nick, do you normally use a decal setter? I do use Mr. Mark Setter. Close that up before I tilt it and dump it all out. This is my go-to for decals. I don't think it's 100% necessary, especially when you're on flat surfaces, but I like to do it. What are your thoughts on dry transfer decals? I haven't used them actually. I really like water slides. They're pretty forgiving once you get used to them. You can kind of move them around if you don't get them perfect in the first shot most of the time. Whereas dry transfers seem like they'd be more nerve-wracking for me, because you really got to make sure you're set up right before you apply it. Whether the kid battle damage area, just skip the ticket decal if it's not a main one. Tips for dealing with the torn decal. It's a good strategy. if these will come into focus. Almost did for a moment there. So frustrating. I guess I'm not going to make it. Which number of grits do you use for sanding? I use basically a range from about 1500 down to 400. Just put dry transfers on an MG, double a riser, and it sucks. So a little margin for error. Yeah, that's my feeling. I haven't tried it, but I'm too worried about the softer setter on the hollow slides, damaging the hollow effect. I haven't actually gotten to the hollow themselves yet. I'm still using like the regular ones here. I didn't consider that as an issue. If anybody knows before I get there, that'd be cool. Dry transfer my MG Decite. I was impressed by ease. Can't apply dry transfers to save my life. Water slides for the win. There's a lot more water slides available aftermarket too. There's not a ton of dry transfer products out there, like aftermarket products or anything. Okay, let's do the same. 2 on this side. So 44. And yeah, 44. Sounds like there's some fireworks going off in the distance. I wonder what the occasion is. I heard a ridiculous boom like 10 minutes before I started the stream. Shook the house a little bit. I presume somebody just went overboard with the fireworks, hopefully. Setter seemed to be fine. The Delpy decal hollow effects, at least from my experience with the Osby decals. Good to know. Good evening, folks. Happy Saturday. What's up, Corey? Water slides and HG boom gun look pretty dope. Thinking about getting some. Definitely worth it. They're the Delpy slides for the moon anyway are wicked inexpensive. Practically free if you're getting them shipped with other stuff. It's like a couple bucks maybe. It's a boy, you lost your hands. Dude, that happened around here. Well, not the lost hands thing. It was like a week or two ago, a few towns over, somebody went to a quarry and blew up like 200 pounds of tannerite for a gender reveal party in a quarry. I wasn't home, but my wife definitely heard it here, 2 towns away. And I heard that some people had foundations crack that were really close to it. It was absolutely crazy. Like, just do normal sane stuff like everybody else does, and bake a cake with blue or pink food coloring or whatever. And I'm all for blowing stuff up. It's like, don't get me wrong. But it seemed a little excessive. Yes, words are hard. That's just idiotic. Yeah, it's a little much. I don't know how much it was exactly, but it was a lot. Oh, I've just put a picture of some shoes on Facebook. Let everyone figure it out. A lot more subtle. Subtlety is lost on people these days. We should have 26 pounds of tannerite in an industrial copier. Cop showed up thinking a meth lab blew up. Oh, man. Okay, number 49. It's about the likes and view in the social media. I think it was 80 pounds according to the news article. Okay, so 80 pounds. It's still a lot of tannerite. I think I ended up finding out about it because I was looking up trying to figure out what the high-speed chase was that I almost got like broadsided by a couple weeks ago. Have you ever heard or tried melting small pieces of chips from a runner with cement and using it as putty alternative? I'm curious if anyone else has. I just found out about it. I've heard about it. I have not tried it. Probably should. I have a ton of runners. What do people do with their leftover runners, by the way, too? I tried recycling a bunch at one point, I think. I have no idea if they were supposed to take them, but I just dumped them in the bin anyway. But I've heard that they might not be recyclable as standard American recycling. And I've got a lot of runners building up. Alright, this would be just keep the runners in their boxes. That only works to a certain point, Winfield. Alright, let's do our next draw. So we've got 90 in here now. let's do a number. Let's see. Yeah, so like all the scratch building and reuse things, like it works to a point, but you need like to figure out what to do. So let's throw a number in the chat between 1 and 150. Remember, one number per person. Shipping only to a U.S. winner, or only a winner in the U.S. And let's see, 1 and 150. One number per person. Please do not delete, edit, change your number once it's in. If we got multiple people with the same numbers, like 77 was popular, 3 people in a row, then we'll flip a coin or whatever if that comes up for the prize. All right. As long as your cycling takes 33. I have no idea. Okay, I need 48. All right. I love how decals really level up a build and add to the detail. Just to me, it looks like it goes from being a toy to being a robot, an actual thing. See if I can get this to focus this time. It's just too good to not show off. There we go. Just all the detail and the lint or whatever that is on there. Just absolutely love it. All right, let's do this draw. Okay, so single number between 1 and 150 for the HG ARC 78 Origin. Number 48. Oh shoot, I didn't put time. I got distracted. There we go. Phew, got it in before somebody called out 48. Number 48. Do we have any winners? Looks like we got no 48s. So it looks like we will draw again in a little bit, which is good because we only got one prize, so we're only one prize left. So we get to keep it going. Okay, so the other side is number 49. No. 47. There's only one colony, so it doesn't count. I was thinking of grabbing SD Zeta gun. Have any thoughts on that kit? I think a lot of people have bought that kit. It's fairly popular. I haven't built it, so I'm curious to see what people say about it as well. But I imagine it must be pretty good because people keep buying it. Yeah, MG Hyakushiki eventually. That's a good kit. I wish they would make an unplated version for people that want to paint. But it's a good kit. I think I might be getting some. There's a little ordering snafu that I'm not sure. Sounds like I'm supposed to get them, but they weren't showing up where I expected them to on an order, so trying to get an answer on that one. But if they are coming in, I guess you'll find out. All right, so what's next? 56. Almost done with these bazookas. Bandai stopped producing Hyakushiki Revive. I think they, I mean, it's hard to say because things aren't necessarily out of production, or not that they're not being produced again. It's more that there are so long between runs, basically. Nike, looks like you're way behind if you're throwing a number out now. Might want to check and see if your stream is caught up. My Shiki raised cane just came in. Now sit on top of the MG Shiki in the backlog. Nice. You find a Psychozaku, either HG or MG, but any available are so expensive right now. They'll come around again, I'm sure. I wouldn't buy one at inflated prices. I'm pretty sure it'll get reprinted. That's cool. The Thunderbolt reprints are going to sell like hotcakes. They definitely do. They are hard to get a hold of. And when they do show up, I don't think they stick around very long. Oh, I am enjoying this. It's still shiftable. That's pretty snug. Oh, I'm just gonna leave it. Liking the look of that. I wish Gunpla Battle was real. Hey Nick, do you know when Machine Draymond is landing? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't think it's shipped yet. I'd have to look it up. Feel free to send me a note later and I can look it up. I just still trying to avoid doing too much of like looking things up during the stream because it's just very time consuming. But I think they're getting pretty close. Mecha Warehouse. I forgot where we're supposed to DM you. You can email me, nick@mechawarehouse.com. You can DM the Mecha Warehouse Instagram or Facebook page. You know, whatever works for you. Eduardo, hey Nick, what are you working on tonight? Right now I'm working on waterslide decals for my real grade full armor unicorn. A little bit earlier I was doing some more cleanup work on the SD Zeta that I was working on last week. The last 2 weeks, actually. I'm hoping I got that one far enough along that I'll be able to paint it tomorrow, or at least start painting it. Excited today. I went to a convention called Spooky Empire, sporting my box lunch armor, RX-78 button-down shirt, and had some shout-outs about it. Nice. I can't wait till events and stuff are feasible again, hopefully later this year or next year. I had such a good time last year going down to Old Dominion Open back in February, right before the whole thing went down. That's a model building contest, IPMS event down in Virginia. That was awesome. Inspired me to do a lot of stuff. I want to enter one of those next time I go to one. Type of paint techniques do you use? Airbrush, spray can, pens. I like airbrush. That's my go-to for painting. You know, I guess occasionally a brush for detail stuff, but I am much more fond of the airbrush. Okay, so next up is number 51. And 52. I'm painted with Elclad hollow paint. I was thinking of doing it over silver on pistons, so maybe hopefully it'll look like they're oiled. Interesting. I haven't tried that. Skids Custom, what airbrush do you use? I use an Iwata HPCS. And I don't really know why I use that one, other than that I got it. Okay, so when these get added back in, this is going to be like that. Doesn't really tell me which side. Looks like one side's supposed to get the roundabout and the other side's supposed to get a straight line. I guess the way it shows it, these would both be done the same way though, so too, because it does everything well. In a Water Neo at the moment, planning to buy a harder and Steinbeck Infinity Plus. Yeah, I don't know that much about airbrushes. I know I like the one I have. It works pretty well. I wish I'd abused it less, but it gets the job done. heard metallic looks better over a black gloss base. I know, like the splash metallics, I think they basically recommend some sort of black base. And I think their candy coats definitely recommend black gloss. Man, is it almost already 10? Just flying by tonight. Still intimidated by airbrushing. I picked up the Gunna Marker airbrush kit to start with. Interested to see how that goes for you, Dylan. Excuse me. What's up, Josh? Welcome. Paul, good night, gents. Best of luck at work on Monday. Thanks, Paul. It'll be fun either way. I'd rather be too busy and have to figure that out than figure out the alternative. Johnson, no cookies tonight. No, my wife made some peanut butter cookies of some sort last night, though, and Dummy did not grab any after dinner and before the stream tonight. So I think I have to figure out some sort of cookie raid when the stream's over. I'm telling me Monday be packed for work for Nick and Dylan. Yeah, and sorry for the bed pun. And I think Tuesday will probably be pretty busy too at this point. We definitely, based on where we're at with orders right now, we definitely have too many to have them all packed Monday without setting up a second packing station, which I just don't have the resources for right now. I suppose I could try to improvise something last minute, but having one packing station, we're kind of somewhat limited. While I got around building my Lupus Rex, I was not prepared for how big that mace is. Nice. Oh shoot, I should see if I can move this one. I feel like I misaligned that slightly. Well, I guess it's not moving now. Okay, so we'll flip this, go to the other side. And on this side, we get to do 52. Good evening, Mechalomaniacs. What's up, Kevin? Watches 100 people on Tuesday, suddenly decide to order right as you finish up packing. There's worse problems, but that would be tough. I know Dylan's basically planning on coming in for a fairly full day on Tuesday. I asked him if he'd be available, knowing this weekend would likely be busy, but I don't know that he's available for a full day on Wednesday, so we'll figure it out, I guess. Because mine is shipped already. Please don't work too hard. I would order, but everything out of stock feels bad, man. Have you checked since Friday, Dad Hammer? We added so much on Friday. If you have a supplier for Kotobuki, I definitely prefer to pay you rather than pay for shipping from Japan. I've got a couple potential suppliers. I got one I used before. I haven't basically talked to them in like a year. That I plan on potentially talking to again, and another new to us supplier that I think also has Kotobukiya. So I'll be looking at stocking Kotobukiya pretty soon. I'm not sure I like this decal. I guess it'll be okay. It's like going from a raised ridge here down to a flatter spot. Oh man, I'll check it out. Yeah, we got a huge restock. That's what everybody's been talking about. We got a ton of stuff in this week. Went on the site Friday. Most of it's still in stock. A few kits are out of stock again already. But we got some really cool stuff in. A lot of really popular kits. Work on my magnet backlog. I guess Mika's just stopped in to say hi. See you later, Josh. Thank you for stopping by. Man, I'm hungry for HGIBO stuff. I can't wait to get more HGIBO in stock. I think we have some should be coming. Oh, what happened? Those are the moments that try to change my mind on my opinions of waterslide decals. Someone got my Friday morning order out already. Can't wait to get the Tall Geese Nepion in my hands. Which kits sold out quickest, do you think? MG Epion for sure. Followed by Strike Rouge. I'm not sure anything else is sold out yet. I'm not sure if anybody's looked at the restock lists or anything to see if they're out yet. Guess I wouldn't be surprised if they were though. Alright, so that means those are done. So I can put these back on. Where's my pencil? I was gonna mark. I've been marking off completed sections because there's so many decals. Hell, this site is closed. I wouldn't be surprised. We have more MG Epion coming in actually, so if you missed it this time, we will have more. And I got a lot more coming in the next shipment, I think. Okay, let's see. All right. So those are done. Do you know if you will ever get the HD Full Armor Gundam Thunderbolt anime color? I presume at some point I will. I don't know if I have an ETA on it yet. Idea what the next shipment will be arriving, so I can prepare my wallet. Something should be coming. We've got a few really small shipments coming in. Full Armor Unicorn, Real Grade, RG Sazabi are the most notable ones, I think, in the incoming shipments. But there is another huge one due. It was supposed to be late April, so I'd expect it could ship, you know, in the next week or two, based on how far behind they seem to be right now. Let's do this this next draw. So we've got 94 in here. Let's draw a number between 1 and 100. So throw a number between 1 and 100 in the chat, one number per person. Please do not delete, change, edit your number after you put it in. And I'll draw a number in a moment. This is for the HG Origins RX-78. Wish I could have got the Otori. That's the last of the Strike Rouge. I need to complete my Rouge collection until the EG comes out. I wish I had gotten more of them. I didn't realize how quickly they would sell. I don't remember how far back I ordered them. But they obviously sold very, very well. All right, so what should I do next? There are so many decals on this kit. Maybe we will work on this. Came back at the right time. Welcome back, James. You definitely did. And let's do 86. Oh, I hope I didn't cut any of that off. One thing I'm not liking about this decal sheet is the white lettering on the light blue backdrop. It's really hard to see what's what. Mecha decals are super hard to see, especially on, like, they're fine once they get off the backing paper or whatever, but when they're on there, they're extremely hard to see. should do this where you guys can see it better. This is... Stop leaving my decals in the water. Now I submerge and put them on a folder, paper towel. Should use distilled water for the decals. Maybe. I don't. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. Okay, so time in the chat. Between 1 and 100 for the HG origin. Looks like it's number 49. It's not the number from last time, was it? Use my sous vide to keep my water warm. Looks like I didn't write down the number last time. I guess it was 48 last time, wasn't it? That's why it seems so familiar. Looks like it's Artie. Congrats, Artie. So Artie, you know the drill. You've been hanging out long enough. Shoot me that DM or email and we'll get you hooked up. And that is it for prizes for tonight. Hopefully get some more decals down and then call it a night. Your face cam is out. I thought you said your face palm is out of focus. I was like, what? Face palm. Am I back in focus yet? I need some better lighting. Kind of better. Kind of not. Let there be light. Let. A little bit better. There we go. I need some like forward lighting or whatever going on. I think that's part of why it loses focus on me. So 27 and 29. Yourself a ring light for it. Something like that, yeah. It was called a quits and went to sleep early too. Glad I stayed up, but these streams are always a good excuse to stay up. You need to replicate that build you did for streaming at the warehouse at home. I've been actually thinking about that. A lot of streamers are using like DSLRs, or at least some of the higher end streamer kind of stuff is done with DSLRs rather than webcams. And I would love to set that up. And be able to potentially level up the ability to focus and just the view because of the optics you can put on there. But it would cost some money. Urfig, good night everyone. I'm B. Have a good evening, Urfig. If you're going to use DSLR cameras, try to use Nikon. So like I've got a Canon EOS M50. That's what I use for shooting my other videos, and I like it. So it'd be cool if I could use that. I know it's got an HDMI output. You're welcome for the SD unicorns to work. Sorry I missed it. No worries. It was one of the first we gave away. I think it was the first draw. We had 2 prizes early on. I like cannons because they're for shooting people. See you guys next weekend. See you later, Ben. Have a good evening. There we go. I'm guessing that I'm not leaving the decals in the water long enough because mine never come off that easy. So I think the temperature of the water will affect it and the length of time. So if the water is a little bit warmer, they will last or come off a little bit faster and easier. Generally speaking. I was drifting asleep in that last draw. What did I even win? The HG ARC 78 Origins version. Open University streaming setup for his builds and painting is probably worth looking at. We talked about his setup. I was looking at his when I was trying to figure out what to do for the warehouse rig. I really like how I've got the warehouse rig set up, and I think I could probably mount stuff similarly here. I just really don't want to spend money right now. But at some point, I will be looking at doing it, I think. And I'm still too scared. These water slides got to get over that. You do. They're not that hard. I think we all have a tendency to get overly anxious about them our first time, but they're really not that bad. funny that I use your stream time for build time, get background music and good conversations. Well, I use it for my build time too. I get most of my building is this 2 hours Saturday night. Get to do a little bit the last few weeks during the Zoom sessions Friday night. And when I'm really lucky, I carve out a little bit of time on Sunday. Hoping tomorrow is one of those lucky days. So I'd like to maybe get at least a primer on the unicorn, or on the Zeta. Hopefully. Friend used a Canon Rebel for photography, Canon EOS Rebel, and the results are pretty decent, except he couldn't finish the course on HDR because he was on a budget. The M50 is a solid camera. I've heard it recommended by a lot of people, which is why I went with it. It wasn't super expensive. There's some good lens options out there for it. I feel like I get pretty good results with it. How does a raffle work? Do you have to be here at a certain time, or just be here? Sorry, first time not being at work for this. So we just gave away the last of the prizes for tonight, but basically periodically throughout the stream we will call out a number range and ask people to put a number in the chat within that range. Then we draw a random number, and if your number comes up, you win that kit. When kits aren't won, they kind of get held over for the next draw, and we just kind of proceed throughout the stream like that until we run out of time or run out of prizes. And usually this number range will be larger earlier in the stream, so presumably it's easier to win later on. The prizes should go faster if they last that long, but of course sometimes they don't last that long, so it seems to work out pretty well. I wish I had a count of how many kits we've given away since we started doing these streams with the giveaways. I should go back and look at every stream that we did a giveaway and like make a list or something. Okay, so to pop in sooner. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we'll have right to the very end. The last few streams we've had prizes stick around until all the way till 10:30 when I usually wrap it up. Today, 2 of the prizes went in the first draw, which is not the most common thing, but happens sometimes. Go on this magazine here. Don't forget the time we couldn't give away the MG Decite the way. That was epic. Yeah, so yeah, sometimes we draw so many times for the same kit because it just doesn't seem to want to be won. Justinius hasn't put anything out in his channel. Responsibility for Mecha Warehouse. Yeah, he's been pretty busy, I think. lately. A lot of people seem to have been busy lately. Gunpla University, for example, I think has been basically just streaming the past few weeks. He hasn't put out videos in a little while. I think he's busy with some work transition stuff. I'm gonna make my hobby a more full-time career this next year and turn it into a business. Good luck, Skids. It's easier said than done. I should also throw out, since we're almost to the end of the stream here, is that the Mecha Warehouse Instagram page is now 4 followers away from 10,000, which is pretty cool. So if you're on Instagram and you're not following, you should go do that right now, because I would love to hit 10K during the stream. That'd be pretty cool. I'm not usually big on the metrics thing, but 10K actually unlocks some features and is pretty cool. I think that's a significant milestone. I've been working the business plan, hoping it goes the way I think it would be. What's your rough plan? Are you trying to do content, or are you trying to do something else? Tim was on hiatus for a good amount of time, and his Child of Mecha channel is pretty rusty, to be honest, but at least he returned to streaming. Yeah, I mean, stuff happens. A lot of people with content stuff have other things going on. It's not their full-time job, so it's really easy to get sidetracked. All right, what am I going to do? We are really close here to the end of the stream. This looks pretty cool, with the decals now in there. It was just focusing a second ago. Come on. Content, more commissions. Possible open a Gun Plus shop here since there isn't one. Why won't this just go in focus? I gotta figure this out sometime. There we go. Well, we had it for a moment. It looked good for a moment. Can I... I think the camera's winning tonight, Nick. Yeah, pretty much. It's kicking my butt. I want it to look good. There we go. Again, split second. I gotta figure that out. This is where I need the fancy camera up here. Well, good luck, Skids. It's definitely... I don't know. I feel like there's only several people who've been managed to make a living from content in the Gunpla world so far. That doesn't mean that there's not more opportunities, but it's definitely not something that you can expect to do on a tight timeline, considering how how long it took most of those people to get there. Commissions, I don't know if anybody's making a living off of commissions, but again, like, that doesn't mean you couldn't. But open a shop's definitely a possibility. I will just forewarn you, the one thing to figure out is it takes... I don't have a focus ring, so it's a webcam, Azai. That's why I need the like a DSLR up here. I think it would be a lot easier to get it to focus. The focus is just better. This is just a webcam. The whole Gunpla shop thing, like, I think the thing to keep in mind is that people don't necessarily realize that you need more scale than you might think at the start to have it make sense. I don't know how that works locally versus doing the online thing, but I imagine it's kind of similar. If you have a physical shop, you got to pay rent, you got to pay a lot of expenses, and it's tough. So, not trying to discourage you, because I think people trying to make businesses out of their passion is a good thing. Obviously, I did it, and it's worked for me, but just something to not get caught up on the timeline, because it took a long time to get where I'm at, and it could have taken a lot longer to be successful if I didn't have a few lucky moments that just happened to happen at the right time. Anyway, we're at 10:30. I think I'm going to call that good tonight. Sci3 Studio, ICB Magnum, what you building? I'm working on decals on the RG Full Armor Unicorn Gundam. Finishing up decals for the night, at least. I've got a ton more decals to do on it. But at any rate, I think I'm going to call it a night. I want to thank all of you for stopping by and sticking it out, especially those of you who stuck out to the very end here. Appreciate it as always. I still can't, it blows me away every time that we get 100 viewers on here. I can't imagine 100 people in the world would want to listen to what I have to say or spend a couple hours listening to me, so I really appreciate it. It's awesome. And thank you all. See you next week, and yeah, have a great week, guys.